All right, so this is the first goal of the match, courtesy of Uhre of your Philadelphia Union. Highlighted on your screen is Mikel. And so you're going to see here, DC United are going to try to play out of the back here. And I want to highlight something right away. So notice, the Union have 6 players inside DC United's defensive half. And we're going to notice the farther that DC United pushes ball back into their own corner flag eventually, you're going to see another Union player step into DC United's half and Nate Harriel. And this whole play starts here because of the press by the Union. And so the Union are comfortable here and just allowing DC United to play out of the back. This is how Wayne Rooney wants DC United playing. But right here is where I'm going to stop it. And so you have your 7 players here. Nate Harriel's the one who just pushed up. You have Nate Harriel on his guy. You have Jose Martinez on Klitsch. And now look at the passing options for the 3 players highlighted on your screen for DC United. No place to go. Jesus Bueno does a good job making sure the player on the ball cannot turn. He's forcing him back towards his own goal. You have Mikel Uhre, Daniel Gazdag, and Julian Carranza taking away these passing options. And this is huge here for this play. And so the ball's going to get passed out to Derek Williams here to the corner flag. And again, just asking for trouble here for DC United. Daniel Gazdag takes the ball off, finds Julian Carranza, who finds Mikel Uhre. Mikel Uhre gets his second goal in his second consecutive game. And this is exactly how the Philadelphia Union wanted to start the second half, we'll say, of MLS. First 5 minutes, they get a goal here, and this is a huge one. This is a typical Philadelphia Union goal. It starts because of trouble out of the back by DC United. Why Derek Williams right here doesn't kick the ball off of Gazdag, tries to dribble by him. Why? Why get fancy in your own half? And yes, the Union caused this issue. But if he would have simply cleared that ball right there, then DC United could have got a goal kick, but instead they get too fancy with the ball. The Union are aware, hey, look, let's keep pushing men into DC United's half of the field, and we're going to make it difficult for them to play out of the back. And that's exactly what happens here on this first goal. Huge goal, like I mentioned, for Mikel Uhre, puts the Union up 1-0 early on in this match. All right, so this is the second goal of the match. This one courtesy by Jack McGlynn. This one's going to come off of a typical Philadelphia Union counterattack here. So you're going to see set piece here by DC. The Union do a good job just to head this one away. And now the Union are going to break with Jose Martinez, skips past one defender. And DC do a good job to actually get numbers back here, but poor challenge by Pedro Santos right there. Jose Martinez goes right by him. Jack McGlynn coming in, and Julian Carranza lays it off, and terrific finish there by Jack McGlynn. Like I mentioned, this is your typical Philadelphia Union counterattack here, and we haven't seen this often enough this season by the Union, especially in League's Cup. But just like the first goal we saw with the Union and Mikel Uhre first 5 minutes of the game, the Union just get back to what we saw last season. Typical Philadelphia Union soccer here. Sons of Ben, so proud of this. Headed away by the Union. And look at this. Jose Martinez lifts his head and says, look, I believe in myself. Get by this guy with pace. Russell Canales gets by Pedro Santos with a poor tackle right there on Jose Martinez. Lifts his head. Good awareness here by Julian Carranza to just let this ball go by to Jack McGlynn. Great run by Jack to, just get himself free. Nobody tracked him on the left side of the field because everybody's concentrated on Jose Martinez with the ball, and the Union are 2-0 up within the first 13 minutes of this game. All right, so this is going to be the third goal of the match. This one's going to come courtesy of a Daniel Gazdag penalty kick, who's 9 for 9 on penalties this season in MLS. And you're going to see the Union just take their time building this play up, not forcing anything. And DC is going to get no pressure whatsoever here on the ball. And hey, the Union are fine playing this way, but it is nice to see the Union, take their time with a build-up and actually get something out of it and not hitting long ball after long ball, which is fine. But I want to highlight something here on your guys' screen real quick. So obviously Julian Carranza in the blue is highlighted because he's going to be the one that earns the penalty kick for the Union. But the two defenders for DC United, Derek Williams and Pedro Santos, no communication whatsoever between these two here on this play. You're going to see eventually Pedro Santos move his hand to tell Derek Williams, hey, you pick him up. Derek Williams is expecting Pedro Santos to pick up Julian Carranza. And because of this, Julian Carranza is just able to slip in right here in the back. Tyler Miller, for whatever reason, comes charging at Julian Carranza, where I think he probably should have just held his line. Comes at Julian recklessly, gives away the penalty kick, and we saw at halftime Wayne Rooney saw enough from Tyler Miller. 3 goals given up in the first half, and they put in Alex Bono. And again, right here, yes, Julian Carranza gets a touch of the ball outside of the box, but because Tyler Miller makes contact with Julian inside the penalty area, it's a penalty, and he's a little bit fortunate that he doesn't get a red card on this play. It's totally reckless, unnecessary challenge from him. Daniel Gazdag steps up and, like he always does, converts the penalty kick. The Union go up 3-0, and you can just see how much this means to the players, just absolutely dominating DC United in the first half, up 3-0, and you're going to get a little fly, Eagles, fly. All right, so this is the final goal of the evening. DC United get one back late through Ted Ku-DiPietro, Teddy KDP. And so you're going to see DC United just counterattack the Union here off of this corner kick from Kai Wagner. Connects with Jack Elliott. Comfortable save there by Alex Bono. DC United on this attack here, they're going to go ahead and take their time. They're not going to come at the Union like the Union did earlier in this game on a counterattack. Teddy KDP is highlighted here on your screen. But I want to show you guys something here on this pause. And so I think the Union would probably agree to this, that Kai Wagner should have been attacking the ball. Juan for DC United's on the ball. Instead, you're going to have Jack McGlynn slot over to the left and attack this ball, leaving KDP wide open. Liam Flock is in that whole space highlighted on your screen. And you can see he's just facing the left-hand side, paying attention to the ball, not really aware of who's behind him, who's to his right. And that's the space that Teddy KDP is going to attack here. So we're going to see Jack McGlynn go and attack this ball here. And nobody really puts a challenge on Teddy KDP, so he dribbles by every single player. Terrific finish by Teddy. And DC United, like I mentioned, get one back late. You can see just how much this meant to him, a player coming off the bench who's been a bright spot for DC United all season long. And really disappointing that the Union couldn't keep a clean sheet here on this goal. Really great dribbling by the youngster here. And the Union just couldn't get anybody on him. Terrific finish. Nothing Andre Blake could do here on this goal. DC United get a late consolation. But regardless, the Union win this one down in DC by a score of 3-1. All right, so as we always do, we like to highlight some plays that stand out that weren't goals, but maybe resulted in good, clear opportunities. DC United had a couple opportunities here to make this scoreline a lot closer than what it was. We're going to see a terrific save by Andre Blake off the line. Jacob Glesnes saves a goal off the line with a header. But DC United, definitely a lot of opportunities here, especially in the first half of this game. Could have made this game a lot closer. And so we're going to see Jesus Bueno give the ball away here. DC is going to go ahead and quickly transition from defense to attack. And the Union initially do a good job to clear this away with Liam Flock. But DC is quick to pounce on this ball, and they're coming right back down the Union's throats. Good switch out here to the left-hand side to Pedro Santos. Kai Wagner, we're going to highlight here, gets caught ball watching, where Chris Durkin has to do a better job putting this shot on frame. We're tracking him here. Just look at this. Kai Wagner loses track of him, and Chris Durkin's got to do a better job there. That should have been a shot on target. Probably should have been a goal. Watch it again. Jack McGlynn could have picked up Durkin there. No communication between Jack and Kai. Union very fortunate that this game wasn't 2-1 at this point. Another opportunity right before the half. The Union looked like they're going to want to just kill this off and go into halftime up 3-0. We're going to see Kai Wagner just play a ball into nobody here. This is a poor giveaway by him. And DC United are going to go ahead and play this ball up top to Christian Benteke. But you see Jacob Glesnes on your screen step to Pirani because that's where he thought the pass was initially going to go. And Christian Benteke wins the header off of Jack Elliott. And because Jacob Glesnes pushed out of position, Pirani has all this space to run into. And after Kai Wagner gave away that poor pass, he does a good job to recover here and take away the angle. We'll watch it once more here by DC United. And again, like I said, I mean, look, the Union just passing this around. They're doing a good job possessing the ball, but why Kai Wagner decides in this moment to pass the ball into nobody, it's a dangerous pass. He just passed for the sake of it. Jacob Glesnes caught out of position. Good header won by Christian Benteke, and Pirani's just going to run into this space, and a good recovery here by Andre Blake in Kai Wagner. And then this is the chance DC had right at the start of the second half, and Christian Benteke should have had a goal. Coming into this game, didn't score in 10 straight matches in all competitions. Great block there by Jacob Glesnes off the line. But DC United have to be kicking themselves. We'll watch it again. Christian Benteke was pretty quiet on the night, but finally gets free, and that's a world-class save there by Andre Blake. And the reaction here by Jacob Glesnes to get on the line and head this ball away. Union very fortunate that they didn't give a goal up straight up at the start of the second half, but the Union survive and win it 3-1.